on, let's have us a parade. That's the 1973 model Super 8. We've got 10 bridges out of 48 John Deere A. Just got that tractor. It's only a couple of months. Got a new engine in it. It's headed on the way back. Here's another family tractor coming up. This one, this tractor's covered an empire. Following in here in the next generation, his grandfather bought this. This is the first tractor on the Keller farm. This is the tractor that started it all for them. The 41 Farmall 8, driven by Roger Keller. Thanks, Roger. Thanks for the story on that, too. That's very interesting. Number 10, another memory, Mr. John Stevens, 1947, 47 and 52. The 47 8N, okay. Nice tractor. Here one coming up here. This is a Michigan tractor. All we know that it's yellow. It doesn't have a number on it. I gotta give him a bad time about this. My guess is this is a 49 Minneapolis Moline wheat one. This is D anyway, there's a D on it. And I will imagine this has a Ryan on it driving. There you go. Thanks for driving that up here, Ryan. Appreciate it. Yeah, we don't have enough time. This is Peter Sommers, 1951 John Deere A. Another nice machine. That's, when you look at the pin on that one, that's a Henry Rifles model there. This is kind of an interesting machine. This is a Minneapolis Moline Army tractor. It must be a grass auger or something. It's kind of missing. Uh-oh. I don't get it yet. He's just showing off maneuvers on the thing. That's those Army tires on the thing. I guess we'll cram this with the info on it. 51. It's a 51 CASI. Serial number 86907.
This here was built back in the mid-70s by a gentleman named Harry Hanner up in Arlington. He worked on steam trains back in the 30s, and he was a farmer as well, and he had a full-sized 16 horsepower advanced steam tractor which he used for farming. So for fun, back in the mid-70s, he
I'm still looking for the horsepower numbers on that,
on the garage floor of his house and built this. This is half a cylinder off his old steam donkey.
Break that new engine in, see what it's like.
Basically, he manufactured the rest. It's just like an old steam locomotive. You build a fire in here, fill it with water, and build up steam, and away she goes. The last time this was fired up, I believe, was about 25 years ago. And we're hoping to get it certified again here in the next year and be able to fire up again and run her some.
So even though it looks like an antique, it was built in the 1970s?
Only built in the 1970s. Like I say, I have a scaled down version of a authentic 16 horsepower advanced steam tractor.
This is a 1951 John Deere R. And this engine has two big cylinders, and the displacement on it, it has a stroke of 8 inches, and it has a bore of 5 3/4 inch. And it makes a lot of noise when it starts up. It's a small 2-cylinder gas engine. And then once it gets going, well then, and then when it finally gets warm, well then you start it in cold weather. Then you put the compression back in on it, and it fires up. This one here was in eastern Washington, and it was used on a berry of, it could be, wheat, it could have been oats or rye or whatever they were growing at the time, but they would use these to pull chisels, anything to loosen up the ground, and then they hook a drill behind it, put the seed in it, and then you'd drill it in, and you'd have your wheat.
This is a 1949 Minneapolis Moline. It's a model GTB. Basically, this tractor was designed for just pulling. Mainly like a Wheatland tractor. It was just designed for the prairie, pulling a big plow, 4 to 5 bottom plow. And good heavy tractor, about 6,700 to 6,800 pounds. And actually for the tractor pulls, it does very well as well. What else? It's got a straight pipe on it, which gives it a good, deep, throaty sound. A lot of people seem to like that. 5-speed transmission and good high gear. It's got the 38-inch tall tires, and it's a good road tractor, good pulling tractor. So it's a nice tractor all the way around. So basically, they're just a tractor of bygone era, and just a well-liked tractor. Not too many of them in this area.
My dad bought this tractor when it was 2 years old from a friend of his in 1937. With the income he could earn from this tractor, it enabled my parents to get married. The picture up there is me when I was about 3 years old. And when I was about 11, I started driving this. And grew up on this tractor. It's the first thing I ever drove. Dad trusted me on it. And as I got older, I did more things with it, more farm work. And then I left the farm, grew up, went to college, and went on.
And then you'll start collecting them.
And Dad, in about 1960, when the tractor was over 20 years old, decided to retire it because the only cultivator he had on it, you had to raise and lower it with your arms. And in his late 50s, his arms were getting tired.
I've lived that life.
So he bought an H farm all exactly like this one, and then farmed with it until he quit farming. He sold this to the younger brother of the guy he had bought it from in 1937. And time went on, and I was away from home, and I always thought about it. I wondered where it went. And so going through the presidents of our clubs in that area in Kansas where I grew up, I kept asking, and I was led to one collector who happened to have been a very good friend of the guy my dad had sold it to in about 1963. And he still had it, and it was still running. And this was in '99. So when he found out the story of the tractor and it was mine, he was glad to sell it to me. And I had it shipped out here. And as I said, it was still running. But I had to put new tires on it, and it was total rust, except some of the original gray paint was still on it. Under the hood, you can still see it. So I rebuilt it, and I've been using it ever since. And it'll still pull a plow just like it did in 1950. And it's an old family heirloom, and it'll probably be around my family for a long time.